Okay, hey y'all. Today, okay, you're gonna have to ignore the glare because it kind of ruins the joke. However, today, me learn baseball. MLB, not Major League Baseball, me learn baseball. Okay, so when I was a child, I went to so many baseball games, major and minor league, literally all the time with my dad. And I did not care enough to actually learn what like it was because I was like a 10-year-old girl who just wanted to go home. But recently I've been deciding that I want to do like I need to get into a sport. I need to get into something. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the sports media part of my major talking, but I really want to get into baseball because I already have like kind of prior knowledge about it. But you know, I do actually have a really funny baseball anecdote. So I grew up right where the Erie Seawolves played. Go Seawolves. Two funny stories from there. One, when I learned the "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" song, you know, like the "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," when they get to the part where it's like root, root, root for the home team, I thought the lyrics, like the original lyrics, were root for the Seawolves. And so when we went to, I don't remember, we went to some game, and I remember singing root for the Seawolves, and everyone looked at me like I was crazy, because that's not, no, it's root for the home team, you stupid idiot, stupid 10-year-old. But another funny story about the Seals game, so when my older brother kind of like, he likes baseball, he likes sports, big sports guy. The rest of us, we don't really watch baseball, that's not our vibe. But my brother this was literally 10 years ago. Bro wrote, he did not want to be at the Seals game, so he wrote on the pamphlet, inserting the picture, bro wrote on the pamphlet this huge anecdote as to why nobody should watch baseball, why we should go home. Like, it's actually so funny, so thank you, Roman, for your generosity to my video today. Anyways, okay, I'm basically just gonna run everything down from the notes that I have taken. So if I'm missing anything, blame PBS website because that's where I learned all this from. But let's get into it. So first, you have your field. It's a diamond. Whoa, crazy. Okay, I hope you can see it. I hope everything's not backwards on here because that'd be kind of crazy. So this is your field. You have your infield, which is where your bases are and your pitcher's mound. And then you have the outfield, which is where 3 guys will stand. So baseball is a game of 9 innings, minimum 9 players per team. You need minimum 9. I'll get to it when we get into the spots. 9 innings. You have your top and your bottom. So this took me a minute to figure out, but the top, when they say top of the inning, that is when the away team is batting. It's kind of like a respect thing to let the away team bat first. That's when they're being when they're being offense is when they're batting. And so it's like just a common courtesy to let them bat first. So you have your away team up top, and then your home team is at the bottom. So when they say, oh, we're in bottom of the 4th, the home team is batting in the 4th inning. You feel? Like it's just a way to keep track of where the game is going. Now, you know how most games have time limits? Not baseball. Baseball could take 6 days, and there's literally no time limit for it, which is pretty swag. And now the way that these innings switch is that since there's no time limit, they do 3 outs. So that can be, we'll get into the different outs that there are soon, but it does indicate an inning switch. Now, let's get to these positions. Okay, so we have your batter, this is home, H for home. Then you have first base, second base, third base. These are the bases you have to run. So you start by batting at home. The pitcher, player number 1, boom, throws ball. Then ball travels and you hit it. Boom, you hit it out of the park. You're running, you go to first base. This is where your first baseman lives. And then you have your second baseman on second base. Shocker. But then Mr. Shortstop right here. Now, from my understanding, a lot of players right-handed, so they'll stand on this side of the plate. So when they swing, their trajectory should statistically end up in between second and third base. So they have that shortstop there to grab the ball if second and third can't get to it. Really smart on baseball. And then you have your third baseman. You have your catcher. Your catcher is down here. He catches the ball from the pitch. So your pitcher and your catcher better have some good chemistry because they're going to be working together a lot. Then, that's only, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's only 6 people. What happened to the 9? I'm getting there. You have left fielder. This is, okay, I kind of drew it a little short, but there's in the outer field, you have your left fielder. I don't know if it's mid or center fielder, because I've seen both in my research. So I'm just gonna do you have your midfielder, and then you have your right fielder, and these are the people that catch like the really far balls. They don't really, they're like the kind of like the dandelion pickers. That is such a lie. I'm so sorry, but they kind of just stand in the back and wait for a ball to happen. They don't get into much of the action over here. So let's run through an inning real quick. So the offense, the batters, they have 3 play options that they can do. The first one, which is the most optimal, is hit the ball. So you have different ways that they can hit the ball. They have the line drive. So this is when they hit the ball, doesn't touch the ground, it goes right to the player, which you kind of don't really want a line drive per se if that player is a good catcher. You don't really want you don't really want a line drive. Then you have your ground ball. Self-explanatory, rolls around the ground. You have your pop fly. Your pop fly are like the really high ones. That's normally what these guys will catch over here. They'll catch pop flies. And then you have a bunt. So a bunt, it's not really like a swing. It's more like you put the ball out and you let the ball hit the bat and just kind of bounces. And now why this is important, as per my Super Mario Super Sluggers experience, bunting is important because your catcher will be caught off guard. So you have all that time to run to first and maybe even second base. But it's very risky because you have to be very calculated with your bunting because like your bat's only so thick. The ball can go literally above or below it and still count as a strike. So it's very calculated, but it's high risk, high reward. So that's optimal is hitting the ball and landing on a base. Because once you land on a base, you have to run after that. So like you kind of want to get as many of your people onto a base as possible. That way you have more chances to score. Because the way you score is you go all the way around and you hit home plate. You hit home plate. That's your scoring. All right, and then second play that they don't really want to happen is you get out. And now 3 outs means an inning change. So you have like 3 chances to not switch the inning over, because if you're batting, you don't want that inning to switch. You want to be able to get as many hits as possible. So for strikes, we'll move on over to this big old section over here. We have our strike rules. Number 1, batter swings and misses. And now like full swing and misses. That is considered a strike because you went, even if it's out of the strike zone, you still swung. You still swung. So that's considered a strike. Not hit by the batter, but it went through the strike zone. Now the strike zone is this little, I don't know if you can see it, but it's this image right here. You have your baseball player, it's from his shoulders to his knees over home plate. That's kind of this area right here. This is your strike zone. So it's kind of like you're almost half your body. So as long as it's in that area, it is still considered a strike. That's the little like checkered box you see on TV if you ever watch baseball. That is the strike zone when they're hitting. And then they'll have like the circle of where it was in the box. Yeah. So if the batter doesn't swing, but it goes through that zone, sorry, that's a strike. Foul with less than 2 strikes. So a foul ball, see these lines right here? Not the dotted, but the straight ones. These are your foul lines. So anything that is hit, so say you hit the ball like right here, considered a foul, which gets you a strike. But if you hit 2 foul balls, say one went over here, one went over here, and then you go and you hit a third one, counts as a ball. So you don't really want to hit fouls. It's kind of there. I don't exactly know why it's there. Again, I'm just mansplaining this. But foul with 2 strikes, or with under 2 strikes, gets you a strike. Bunted fouls. If you bunt the ball and it just right over there, strike, done. If it touches the batter in flight into the strike zone, or as he strikes it, so I just assume like the ball hits him. I don't know. That one kind of confused me. And then obvious strike, batted, but it's caught by the defense players. Well, that's technically an out. Why is that in the strike rules? I don't know. I thought that was what an out was. But there are your strike rules for you. So 3 strikes is considered an out. So really, the goal of the pitcher is to get as many strikeouts as possible. Because if you strike out the first 3 batters, the inning is switched and you didn't even have to worry about the score at all. So not optimal for a defense play, but it happens. It happens. And then third is a walk. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it's 4 balls is considered a walk. I thought it was, but then I kept seeing stuff that was like, no, it's not, so I don't really know. But also, I do know if you get hit by the ball, not in the, like if you get hit by the ball, that's normally an automatic walk. So, that's what the offense players can do. Then you have, I'm going to switch over here. You have your defense plays. And so, obviously, the defense, like the people in the field, what they want to do is they want to get people out so they can go back and bat again. So, obviously, first one, catch the ball, automatic out. Catch the ball 3 times, boom, done. Inning switch. Throw to base runner, throw to the base that the runner is approaching. So normally what happens is bat, boom, there goes it. There goes the ball. Shortstop has it, boom, throw to first base. As long as the first baseman touches the base or tags the player with the ball before he gets there, or before the batter can touch the plate, that's an out. There's also something called fielder's choice. It's basically the term for if it's not thrown to first base, because normally it's thrown to first base because that's where the batter is running. But let's say like you have this person here, but the shortstop catches it, but someone is running from 1 to 2, probably smarter to throw to number 2, since you're closer than throwing it here. But I don't know. It's the fielder's choice, you know. 3, you miss the play entirely. They just run the bases before you can even get it out. You feel? Okay. And then some key things to note about the defense. They can tag the player with the ball, like I said. They don't necessarily, let's say like we're over here, player right here, bro's running, bro is sprinting. Oh, you have your second base person right here. Boom! Tagged. Out. So they can do that, but normally what they try to do is hit those bases, because that's more, a lot of the times those people are like right next to the base, so it's a lot easier to do that. And then a quick return pitch. This is an illegal pitch made to intentionally catch the batter off balance. Illegal pitch means not allowed. So you're not supposed to try and like sabotage your team that way. You're supposed to sabotage them with your awesome skill, like your awesome pitching skills. You're not supposed to sabotage them into falling over so you can win. You know, we're not here to play that kind of game. Then I kind of have some other terms that I found. Ground rule double. It's a line drive that bounces on the field and over the wall, and that will get the batter to second base. Yeah, he's getting to second base tonight. But, yeah. I'm not entirely sure what that means, you know? And then you have your infield fly. Fair fly ball caught by the infielder. Umpire rules. Umpires are the people, like they're like the refs. So the umpire rules yes or no, it's valid. If it is valid, the runners can go at their own risk. Which means, bro caught the ball right here. This guy wants to run. He can run. He can try. But that's up to him, and that's his consequence if he fails. So that's kind of all I have for like the rules of the game. So now we're going to take a little quick commercial break, and then I'm going to get into the teams, because there's a lot of teams. And we're back. So right here I have all 30 MLB teams written out. We're going to go through them, and I'm going to rank them based on just straight up vibes. We have the Arizona Diamondbacks, the Athletics, they're in California, Atlanta Braves, Baltimore Orioles, Boston Red Sox, Chicago Cubs, Chicago White Sox, Cincinnati Reds, Cleveland Guardians, Colorado Rockies,
Detroit Tigers, Houston Astros, Kansas City Royals, Los Angeles Angels, Los Angeles Dodgers, Miami Marlins, Milwaukee Brewers, Minnesota Twins, New York Mets, New York Yankees, Philadelphia Phillies, Pittsburgh Pirates, San Diego Padres, San Francisco Giants, Seattle Mariners, St. Louis Cardinals, Tampa Bay Rays, Texas Rangers, Toronto Blue Jays, and the Washington Nationals.
Yay! Okay, we have our teams. Now let me start over. We're going to go alphabetical. I'm going to rate them out of 10. So, Arizona Diamondbacks. Here's the thing. I have a funny story, actually, because my dad, again, big baseball fan, bro made us pick a baseball team to support for the rest of our lives at the age of like 5. Because what he would do is if that team won the World Series, we would get an awesome freaking t-shirt. And so, in my head, at first, I picked my beloved, the St. Louis Cardinals. But then, like, when I was thinking, because the Cardinals he did the same thing for football as well. And so I was like, oh, there's a Cardinals team. Like, there's a Cardinals in football too. Arizona Cardinals, not my St. Louis pals over here. So I originally thought, maybe I should change my team so it's all in the same spot. And I could be like the Arizona Cardinals and the Arizona Diamondbacks. And then I was like, well, fuck no. I love the St. Louis Cardinals. They just have such a great energy. So no. But for previous consideration, I'm going to give them like a 6 out of 10. The Athletics, I've literally never heard of them. 2, the Atlanta Braves, I got nothing. 3, Baltimore Orioles, y'all have a fun mascot. I like the bird. Your colors are orange, but orange is strictly OSU, go Pokes. So just for that, you're going to get a 5. Again, okay, I should preface, these rankings literally have nothing to do with skill because I don't know any of these teams' skills. So they're just off of vibe, just clarification. Boston Red Sox. So I always, when I was a kid, I thought it was really funny that there was the red, white, but there were no blue socks because God bless America, baby. But Boston, I like Boston. I think I'm going to give them a 7 out of 10. Chicago Cubs. I do remember going to a Cubs game when I was like 10 or so. And it was pretty fire, so I'm going to give them also a 7 out of 10. Chicago White Sox, that's my brother Anthony's favorite team, so just for that, 2 out of 10. Cincinnati Reds, never heard of them, 2 out of 10. Cleveland Guardians, respect the name change, 7 out of 10. Colorado Rockies, you're just taking your name from the mountain, but again, I respect, it's the vibe. So for that, 4 out of 10. Detroit Tigers, this is my grandpa's favorite team, and just for that, 6 out of 10. Houston Astros, no opinion, 3 out of 10. Kansas City Royals, I remember also going to a Kansas City game before, quite fire. So, I think I'm just going to give them a 4 out of 10 because the game I went to, I literally, my butt sweat, it's going to be so gross, but like my butt sweat has never been worse than me sitting behind home plate at this dang Kansas City game when it was literally like 102 degrees outside. Like I'm dying of a heat stroke and I'm just like, yeah, baseball, cool. Los Angeles Angels, honestly, 6 out of 10 because I think the LA Dodgers overrated. 5 out of 10. Miami Marlins, never heard of them, 2 out of 10. Milwaukee Brewers, never heard of them, 2 out of 10. Minnesota Twins, I like the name. The name, it like rolls off the tongue. Twins, I like them. We're going to do 6 out of 10. New York Mets, okay, I'm going to give them an 8, but the reason I'm giving the Mets an 8 is because the Yankees get a 1 because they're my dad's favorite team, and he has tried to push the Yankees onto me since I was a little kid. So, Joe, if you are watching, boo Yankees, go Cardinals. At this point, go Mets. Yeah. Okay. Philadelphia Phillies. Okay, here's the thing. These are the 2 teams that I should realistically be rooting for, considering that I am from Pennsylvania. However, I've been to a Pirates game. Snooze fest. I've never been to a Philly game, but I think I can't really support Philly until I know what the vibe is, you know? So I don't really know the vibe, so I'm going to do like a 5. But for the Pirates, they're also going to get a 5 because they get that Pennsylvania pride rating. San Diego Padres. Yes, fathers. Believe in you, fathers. Just for the name, 6 out of 10. San Francisco Giants. This was my 2 other brothers' teams. So just for that, 2 out of 10. Seattle Mariners. Boring name, 2 out of 10. St. Louis Cardinals, my beloveds. I've been to so many Cardinals games. I actually really love the Cardinals. I don't know anything about them. Don't ask me to name a player. The only thing I know about them is that they won the Super Bowl. They won the World Series in 2012 because I had the t-shirt. And insert picture of me with said t-shirt because I'm just a prophet. Just for that, 10 out of 10, my beloveds. Go Cardinals. Tampa Bay Rays. I don't know. I don't like it. 2 out of 10. Texas Rangers. Now this is the team that everyone in Oklahoma supports since Oklahoma does not have a baseball team. Fun fact if you didn't know that. So, and I like to be quirky and different, so just for that, you get a 4 out of 10, but you get that. I was going to give it 2, but they did win the World Series last year. Last year? Year before? I don't know. They won at some point. Toronto Blue Jays. I actually fuck heavy with Canada, so I'm going to give them a 7 out of 10. I've also been to one of their games before. Very fire. They have a cool stadium. The freaking roof closes and opens and stuff. So if it starts to rain, don't even worry about it. They're going to close the roof up. Washington Nationals. Never heard of them. Guess what? 2 out of 10. And there you have it, folks. Our top contenders for the Me Learn Baseball League. We have St. Louis Cardinals. New York Mets. I need a third one, but a lot of these have 7s. Ugh. And then a four-way tie for third place. Guardians, Red Sox, Cubs, and the Blue Jays. So these are like the top 6 teams per se. So, but if I had to choose one, my beloved St. Louis Cardinals. Okay, yeah, that's all I got for you. Opening day. This video is probably going to come out on a Monday or Tuesday, so opening day has already happened. But as of filming this, opening day starts tomorrow. And you know what sucks? I really want to get into baseball, guys. Like, I'm actually going to start watching it and stuff and rooting for my beautiful Cardinal babies. However, I have to work when the game is. Boo, tomatoes! However, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't know what this was. I think I just needed motivation to learn baseball. However, I hope you have a great day. I hope you learned at least a little bit about baseball. If not, you had my awesome rankings, and I hope these aren't backwards on your screen, because that would be real embarrassing. But, yeah, I appreciate all y'all's support, so if you just want to leave a like, comment, and maybe even subscribe, join the 12 of us, bro. Join the 12 of us. All right, y'all. Have a good day. Bye!